about that. We have to take a break. I think we do have a limit on the time that we have, so I'm going to turn it back to Claudia again.
And we'll keep it a little short. We're almost done here. But yeah, the TPP does not have an exit clause. That is the most dangerous part about it too, because if we could reevaluate in 5 years, we won't be able to. And any environmental laws and also animal rights laws, especially in the factory farming department, can be erased with the stroke of a pen. And I find that just too dangerous to let that pass, and we really, really need to be vigilant, because I believe that Obama will try to push that through in the lame duck session. He will do anything he can, and the Republicans have said they will not sign the TPP. Mitch McConnell just said that the other day, and also Paul Ryan. But what they also said in small print was "as it is," which means they really want more corporate perks in there than they already have. And so if they get those, they will happily sign it in the lame duck session.
I will say one of the things that I find disconcerting about Obama at this point is that he's doing his state tour to Congress people and senators that are not up for re-election, because what he is doing is he's dangling a carrot. He's saying that if you sign for the TPP, there are very lucrative $1 million a year lobbying jobs out there.
Right.
And I heard that, and I was a little bit, well, I was really upset about that, because that's just, I don't know why he's ruining his legacy. Do you have any idea why he's ruining his legacy?
Yes, money.
Money.
Money
So
and power. And and I think that the whole legacy thing, I think, is highly overrated, because money really talks. And so I think that politicians that, in the old days, politicians wanted to leave a legacy that was good and that people would talk about. But we are in a place where, unfortunately, our representatives, our public servants, and that word is almost laughable at this point, where our public servants are, their only interest is self-interest. They no longer have the interest of the public at heart. And so to call them public servants, they don't even call themselves, now they all call themselves politicians. Nobody calls themselves a public servant anymore. And we need to remember that we can fire them. We have forgotten that we have the power to fire them. We really do. We have actually the power to make them resign. And we have forgotten that we do have that power, because we vote them in, or they get installed, and then we feel powerless and we're stuck with them. But that is actually not the case. We actually have a lot more power than we think we do. And we can force them to resign. Usually they resign over some sex scandal, but we can make them resign over that they are not voting what the public wants, and that they're not representing us. And I think it's very important that we know we have that power and that we can vote them out. And yes, money has their own candidates, but what they don't have is numbers. And what we have the power to go door to door and to talk to anybody in the coffee shop, to talk to anybody in the grocery store line, to tell them about what we think, to get them engaged, to get them involved. And we have the numbers. We can actually really make a difference, and Bernie has shown us that. I mean, supposedly 13 million people voted for him. I think it was more like 20 million people.
Yeah,
but
23,
you know,
maybe.
I mean, counting all the ones that got thrown out, and counting the ones that the votes never got counted, and counting the thousands, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that were standing in line endlessly and finally gave up, because you can't stand in line for 5 hours to cast a vote. I find that outrageous, you know. So, but Bernie has shown us that millions of people actually can come together around the issues, and that's where we all pull together. And some of Bernie's biggest contributors were the military, and actually also Tea Partiers. which when I heard that the first time, I was like, the Tea Partiers at Bernie, are you kidding me? But they want the same thing. They want money out of politics. They want their votes counted. And that's where we pull together, and that's what we need to focus on. We can't alienate them because it's all of us together now, and we can't waste time because our planet simply doesn't have that time. I mean, when we drove here, right, we were in Vermont and in upstate New York, still sort of in the Adirondacks. We stopped at a couple rivers, and it was clear water. It was beautiful. It was so nice. Then we tried to stop a little closer. I don't know where it was. Probably Finger Lakes region. Oh. We stopped there, and I wanted to let my dog in the water, in the river or lake, whatever it was. And she loves the water. I can't even tell you how much. But she literally put her toes in, and she smelled the water, and she did one lick, and she wouldn't go back in the water. And I can usually not keep that dog out of the water. I mean, if I let her, she's in there like a half a day, and she would not go into that water. And then I just stopped here at that little man-made lake, and it was sort of the same. She looked at it, and it was like sniffing, and it was like, and I was like, whoa, what is that? I mean, water is so essential to our life. Mm-hmm. And I mean, North Dakota should show us exactly, I mean, they're trying to put a pipeline under 3 of the biggest rivers in this country that are drinking water for millions and millions of people. And the CEO of Nestle is probably like exuberantly happy because he literally said, his words were, water is not a human right. Water is not a human right. And of course, if our drinking water is destroyed by fracking and by oil and by just environmental hazards that get poured into our water every day, of course he's making gazillions of dollars, immeasurably amounts of dollars. So of course he loves that, but we cannot let that happen. I mean, water is our most essential good that we have, and if we don't have water, we got nothing.
Claudia, is fracking banned in Vermont?
It's banned in Vermont. It is.
As it is here in New York.
As it is, but what they're trying to do, which Vermonters have to be vigilant, in parts of New York there is fracking, and they're trying to dump the fracking trash in Vermont.
Oh,
yeah.
Use it on our roads here to de-ice our roads.
Yeah.
So it's not completely banned in New York?
No, it's not banned in New York.
Fracking itself was banned. The wastewater we decided was a good idea to put on our roads to de-ice.
Yeah.
So then it goes into our water system.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really hazardous. And there's so many ways they're destroying our planet, and we really need to be vigilant because they're banking on us not being engaged. That's what they're banking on. People literally not knowing. And we have to inform people. I mean, I can stand anywhere. I don't even care where. I mean, I can be at the hairdresser, I can be at the gas station, I can be in the grocery store, and I talk about the TPP to people and money out of politics, and they go, I had no idea, I mean, we have to talk about it incessantly with everybody. And we're not going to alienate anybody because those issues really are for all of us, for each one. And with that, I hope we all pull together and we all are on September 27th at a state house of your choice and demand hand-counted paper ballots. And I want video oversight, preferably live streaming the whole count because I don't trust them as far as I can see them. And then the other thing is, if you can, October 23rd in DC, if you can't, organize a little rally wherever you live and be on the streets. I mean, Venezuela, they just had literally hundreds of thousands of people in the street. Not a word on mainstream media, but hundreds of thousands of people in the street. And so, we need to pull together, and that's what we need here. I hate to say it, but we need to protest. We need to protest peacefully every single time, absolutely peacefully, because that's what they would like us to flip out, which we won't. But we need to be in the streets, and that's final. Yeah. So thank you very much. Thank you, Real Progressive. Thank you, everybody, for coming. That's so cute. Thank you.
Listen, wonderful. We really do want you to ask questions. So if you continue on this comment stream for us and for Claudia,
we'll
definitely
answer them later. Yep.
Yeah, we'll answer them later. She'll answer them. But for now, get the book. It's a great buy. And I'm just going to go over the crowd a bit more. We really appreciate that everybody came. And Brian, thank you so very much.
Yes.
You are such an activist extraordinaire in Buffalo. Yes, and everybody here. Does anybody have anything that they want to bring up or any more questions? No? Okay. Well, then I suppose... What?
Vote green.
Vote green. Let's hear it. Yay. Vote green. Yay. Okay, that's great. This is Sandy for Real Progressives, and I'm here with Claudia, and we are going to say mwah. Good night till tomorrow, where we have our next event in Alfred, New York, which is another university town, and it is the agricultural school in New York for SUNY. So that should be interesting. So please tune in for that about 7:30, about the same time. So listen, guys, thank you again.
Thanks so much. Thanks for watching.
Tuning out.